Yeah, by the time we open, it should be ready.
Oh, most certainly.
My name is Molly Tennyson, and I am playing Lysistrata.
Well, my name is Sasha Yedrzak. This is my final semester.
And I'm Zeke Sidwell. This is my supposedly last show. And I'm a senior.
My name is Randall Marks, and I play Canisius, which is Mirhane's husband.
Hi, my name is Corey Ray. I am the sound designer for the show, and I'm also playing the Woman of Corinth, and I'm also part of the Gentlemen's Chorus.
My name is Devin Ponksavon, and I play the Commissioner of Public Safety.
My name is Jacqueline, and I play the girl from Corinth / chorus member.
My name is Miki, and I'm also in a chorus member and one of the women in the chorus.
My name is Sarah Kincannon, and I am the hair and makeup designer for Lysistrata.
I'm David Harris. I'm the director.
My name is Avery Warren. I am the costume designer for Lysistrata.
My name is Pablo Guerra Monge. I am associate professor of theater design.
I'm Bob Stevenson. I'm the director of the theater program and the department head of communication and theater arts. And I'm also the artistic director of Lysistrata, and I've been at UA Fort Smith for 16 years. 16 years. Can you believe that?
Lysistrata is this woman who is basically just kind of fed up with the way things are going in her town. She sees that all of these wives are raising their children without their fathers around, and that this war has been going on for years and years, and no one is really taking any steps in the necessary direction to stop it. So she comes up with a plan that she feels like is going to get all of the men, get their attention, and get them to end the war.
Women of Greece, if we intend to force the men to make a peace, well, then we must abstain. From what? Speak out. But will you do it? We shall, though death should be the price. Well, then we must abstain utterly from the prick.
This play is very unique. It's very cartoony, to say the least. So he can pretty much do anything that he wants to do.
A lot of craziness. Craziness is in like sexual.
The comedy with Lysistrata, yes, it's about sex, pretty much. There's a lot of sex jokes throughout the entire play. It's for audiences 16 and above, so it's pretty mature. But for me, personally, I have no problem with it. I love the sex jokes. They're hilarious for me. It's an environment I can be comfortable in because I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
It is effectively about the Peloponnesian War and how Athens, Sparta, all the major cities in Greece are warring against one another, and the women decide to rally together to bring the men home by withholding sex from them.
This entire show is crazy fun, and it's meant to be enjoyed.
It has a very different take on it than most productions you will see. And Lysistrata is a very different show than most people are typically used to watching, especially in this area of the country and this area of Arkansas. It's very over-the-top farcical level. A lot of our actors are new, or even if they're not new to acting, they're new to this type of humor, they're new to this type of production, and so far it's been a very big learning experience for everyone involved.
The process is really great. There's a student director, so he's really learning, and we're all in a learning process as it goes on. So as it goes, we're just learning new things about each other and how to work with the new director and how to work with younger actors in the program. So it's a great process and it's a real big learning experience.
And so it feels like this repetitive cycle of going from directing a moment that I want and then going back and having to work an acting exercise just to see what I get, and then going back to directing. So it's a lot of stop and go. It's not the worst part about it. It's not, because I mean, there's really no worst part about it. It's that's the difficult part about it. That's the truth. I think I want to be a teacher someday anyway, so like that's actually kind of fun to me. But at the same time, it's also the most frustrating part of the entire experience.
It's a combination of young actors and a young director.
It's a warm-up that you need to do every day. You need to do this exercise every day. Okay, what you're going to do is first you're going to breathe. You're going to take a couple breaths, short breaths. Okay, make sure the air is going to your diaphragm. All right? Come on, work with me. Work with me.
Having a student director is incredible. It's great being able to see a student in a directorial spot. I mean, you know, it's nice to have other opinions outside of like professional and actually getting experience with an entire show. It's really fun. I like it.
My favorite aspect of Lysistrata is the fact that she is just kind of the most straight person in the show. I feel like she really has her head screwed on straight, for lack of a better term. She knows what she wants. She sees it. She doesn't beat around the bush. She says, this is what I want, and I'm gonna get it. And I love that about Lysistrata.
My favorite part of the show is... Oh, I love everything, to be honest, but my most favorite part of the show would be the dances. Those are pretty fun, and as well as getting dragged off stage by two other people.
As far as acting goes, obviously the drag is the best.
My favorite scene in the play is probably the one where I come out with a monologue talking about this kid that ran away because he didn't want to get married, and talking about how nasty and terrible women are, while ignoring the fact that I have this cartoonish erection. It's really strange and a lot of fun.
Favorite scene in the entire show, I have to say my scene, me and Mirhane. I come to the Acropolis looking for her. I'm really desperate. I really want to have sex. She's teasing me. She's teasing me, and it's just really fun. It's a fun experience. I love that scene so much.
The most challenging aspect about the show definitely for me would be the sexuality of it all. I was raised in a little bit more of a conservative home, so just being in college and kind of being opened up to a lot of new avenues and like ways of thinking has, I feel like, kind of prepared me for this. But I kind of know what I was getting myself into, but you never really know until you're in it. So I feel like that's kind of been the biggest challenge, I would say, for me.
That's a bit of a challenge, is keeping a straight face when you know you have to be serious in a certain scene, when everything around you is just hysterical.
The most challenging aspect of this particular production is probably learning to run in high heels.
Most challenging aspect of the play would be bringing the chorus together and being unified as one.
Not being in this show has given me kind of a new perspective, because I usually am on stage and usually, you know, one with the cast, and I would have the long hours of rehearsal. So I haven't gotten to hang out with the cast as much or kind of make those connections, but at the same time, it's been a lot of fun to watch them in their process and be able to give my insight as they were working. So that's been a lot of fun.
I think this show is really relevant. I feel like even though it is such a classical and old production. I mean, it was written 2,500 years ago. It parallels in our day and age so well, and I feel like it's really going to be relatable to a lot of the audience members. I feel like even though it is such an old show, some of these themes are very universal and have stuck around 2,500 years.
Well, our sense of humor hasn't changed much, so we still find stuff funny. I mean, you know, it's the same jokes that you would see in a modern comedy.
Even though it was written 2,500 years ago, it's still, we're still humans. Humans are going to be the same until the next step of evolution. And we have a lot of the same base instincts, we have a lot of the same humor, because this has sex jokes, it has penis jokes, it has all these jokes that are still really relevant today. Like if you look at any of the big comedy movies anywhere, well, you'll find a lot of the same jokes. They're told a little differently because it's been 2,500 years, but they're still the same jokes.
There's many things to get out of the show. The audience is gonna laugh. They're gonna be confused. There's some people that's gonna be like, whoa, what's going on? And then there's some audiences that's gonna be like, okay, I was expecting this, but from the beginning, we're gonna let you know what kind of show it is. So if you don't have it in the beginning, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have it by the second scene.
I want people to take away the message that this is a play about feminism, that this is a play. I mean, originally it's a play about satire. Aristophanes wrote it to actually insult women a little bit, but also give them a little bit of an opinion. But at the same time, you know, it is a play about feminism, and I hope that everyone takes home that message. Anyway, that's my hope. I mean, it's interesting because Greek theater is a conversation. The entire time that you're watching it, there is a conversation going on that it's meant to make you take something home. Greek theater is about making you realize something.
I want my audience to have fun. I want them to be a part of the show in such a way that they can enjoy the experience. I know it'll take them a few minutes to get used to all the sex jokes, but once they get past that, I think they're gonna have a ball.
It is such a wonderful feeling to switch from rehearsal to actual performance and be in front of a crowd and feel their energy and just like let that like sink into you and to work off of that. So I'm really excited.
Opening night is where everything stops being rehearsal and becomes a play, and we just have to put everything we've worked for into a fun little production.
We've all been living and breathing this show nonstop for the last 4 months. This is, like, it's all been building up to this, and we're all just really excited for it to finally happen. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think people are going to have a lot of fun watching it.